Today, we're going to chop up one manly button-down shirt and create 3 awesome items for ourselves. I'm Refashionista Sheri, and I show you how to use what you have to make what you want. So let's get making. My last video was dark and stormy, and this video is now super crazy, almost too bright and sunny, but welcome to Toronto weather, right? So for this project, all you need is an oversized button-down shirt, your scissors, sewing gear, of course, and some elastic. And the groovy thing is, I've actually never made a funky off-shoulder shirt. So once again, we are doing this for the first time together. Over a decade ago, I shared one of the coolest no-sew accessories ever, and because this shirt has a collar, we're going to make another one. And all we're going to do is chop off the collar as close to this seam as possible without going over. And we will have just created an awesome collar necklace. And that is all. You just put it on and wear it, and it looks super cool. Here's another one that I did. And if you want to be extra fancy, you can sew something around the edge like I did and switch out the button. That's super cool. Or if you want to be super extra with it, you can use it to create some absolutely amazing Scrappy Monsters. And yeah, I'll link this tutorial down below for you. To make my life about 9 million times easier, I stitched the button placket closed so it's not flippy-flapping around. Then I put the shirt on and I marked with a pin a very generous area here that I think would be good for the off shoulder. But if you look, it's very, very close to the shoulder and sleeve seam here. So I think I'm just going to cut straight across this area, landing a couple of centimeters above the top button. So I'm going to give myself more than enough to fold this down to make my elastic casing. Refashionista Sheri here again, popping in to remind you that there are no mistakes in refashioning, just opportunities to make something even better than you had originally planned. If you love using what you already have to make what you actually want, please do subscribe and join me every week for fantastic Refashionista tutorials. Plus, you can also join my Refashionista crew. Now let's get back to making. My elastic tunnel is now all stitched, and of course I did leave an opening. If I can find it, where the heck is my opening? There it is. And now I'm going to grab my elastic, which I have already measured to be tight enough that the shirt's going to stay up, but loose enough that it is not going to cut off my circulation. So now I'm just going to feed this all the way through and finish off this lovely off-shoulder top. And the elastic is in, and it is absolutely fantastic. But of course, because I'm me, I don't want this to be so long. So I'm just going to chop it here, give it a nice clean hem, and then the shirt's going to be done. And then I'm going to do something super cool with this chopped bottom. Believe it or not, this very long rectangular piece of fabric was that chopped bottom. I just cut it pretty evenly and then folded in half lengthwise to make this super long piece. And now I'm going to grab a pretty skinny necktie, and I'm going to use that as my template and just trace around the general shape here with my old vintage chalk. And I'm going to do that all the way down. Then, of course, I'm going to stitch all the way around and then flip it right side out. And hopefully I'm going to have a necktie. We shall see. Before I stitch all of this together, I'm going to put a pin right here on the inside, because supposedly if you do this, then it makes it a lot easier to flip this right side out, because you're just basically feeding the pin along the same way you would put elastic in an elastic casing. So let's see if that's going to work, because that would be awesome. And I'm also going to start and stitch at the skinnier end, so the wider end is going to be the end that I keep open for flipping it the right side. So I got it all flipped right side out, and that pin actually did help a little bit. And you can see here, I pressed it all down, then I top stitched all the way around the outside edge, and look at that. It even ties like a necktie. So I am incredibly pleased with myself, and I think I need to make more neckties now. And there you have it, 3 very easy tutorials, 2 of which I had never attempted before, the off-the-shoulder top and the scrappy necktie. I cannot believe how well those came out. And this was literally my first time trying to make those. So there's the proof right there. If I can do this, you can do this. I just showed you how to do it. Let me know down below which one you're going to make, or if you have an oversized button down sitting in your closet or in your stash that you're ready to chop up right now and go make it, because come on, it was so super simple. And if you want to go even deeper, please do join my wardrobe revolution at refashionistasherry.com. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag. Also, did you know that you can take a peek behind the scenes of my Refashionista empire if you join my rockin' Refashionista crew? Plus, if you do that, you get instant access to my Sustainable Style Workshop, which is for members only, plus all of the members only goodies that can only be found in my Refashionista crew. So hit the join button, and I hope to see you there. And again, until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag. For just 99 cents a month, you can help save a struggling refashionista. For just 99 cents a month, you can help sustain the much-needed work that goes on behind the scenes. Every thrift flip, every DIY, every upcycle, every free tutorial can only continue with your support. Join my Refashionista crew for only 99 cents a month, less than the cost of 2 bananas or a pack of gum, and help me continue teaching anyone who wants to learn how to use what they have to make what they want. Don't let affordable, sustainable DIY style become an endangered species. Join my Refashionista crew today.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.